First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. This fielded a few yards into the end zone, and he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, 70, Indy. Hey, world. Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hey, Charlie, look at me. Door.
2nd and 5. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play there for the Lions. 59 yards.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5.
Hey, Sam off.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Set 90, Wolf.
Second and 9 now. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
They'll set up to throw. That is caught inside the 5. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Ready.
45, check mark 45. You ain't going nowhere. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety.
Leo.
Switch.
6'6", bullet high. Get it.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Rush in. Ready.
2nd and 3. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
5.
55, Mike, 55. Watch the run, watch the run. Hey, check Mike.
And
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Mike, 55, go.
They'll look to throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And his kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big run there by Jones. 49 yards on the ground.
First down, Buccaneers.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Check it back.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Complete to Jones. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, Have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were... trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract.
It got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 33 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. These 2 teams all tied after 1.
On the double.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. It's our time. It's our time.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Devin White, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Ready? 50, plant.
Check. 55, Mike.
You're out.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hatchet. Hatchet. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Hey, Delta.
Rabbit. Rabbit. Mike 55. Mike 55. Hey, eat. No, check.
Come. Hit it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner.
Yo, 40, Mike, 40. You must be dreaming. Mike 40.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught by Evans. The 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 87 yards, and the Bucs have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
80 weapons. Watch the twin. Hey, Echo. Score. Fresno. Cut. Spike.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
55, Mark, 55. Let's set a tone.
Set a
tone. Hey, check Mark.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Bravo.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 15 here following the delay of game.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Squeeze, double. Mike, 55.
Mike, lead dribble.
He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. On third down, here's Jones. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield. I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy make a mistake in this phase of the game because you can. It's all on him. All eyes there. He's got a chance to make a punt return, and instead he ends up putting it on the carpet.
Puts it on the carpet. The little rubber pellets shoot up. Never a good sign for a returner on this field turf surface.
No, not at all. And a bunch of them go up when they're all trying to get to the football, don't they?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Protein spill. Hey, Alpha on the
back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go, as we saw there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the light. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol to give to Jones. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Right here.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Jackson. He's got Evans. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something. I'm first.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. DK Metcalf. As the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half. There's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. At their own 23-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Jones, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. Caught by Jones. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They'll give him a yard on the play. And that's going to make it fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
It's just me and you.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Okay, ready?
Watch it, hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Snap.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Check Mike 45. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
There we go. There go.
He'll drop to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on second and goal.
Hey, wahoo!
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Clear.
Here we go. Mike 55. Check 52.
Here's a second and 7. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Hit it.
They're going to look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes Puts this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. 36 and ball.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
You ready? Mike 40, check, he's coming.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play, and maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, man.
Greystone travel.
Check 4, check 4.
Check. Fair. Crunch. Hey. High 7.
Johnson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 10.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Come on, come on.
Check. Rock it.
And the blitz does come. Screenplay, Johnson. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
With the score, Lions 24, Buccaneers 17.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Kill.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Look at me. Door. Get it.
They toss it out right to Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Let's get off the field. Hey, check right. Watch 55. Stop your running. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is indeed good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Match pass. Right.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Jackson on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. He completes it to Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Open man has got one. It's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off at the 17. And the return will stop right around the 25. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Watch out.
Hey, stand off.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson.
Yeah, baby, boom.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Watch it. 22 jet bomber. Snap.
Again, it's Johnson. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Leo. Check go.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. They give him a gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jaron Reed in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Here's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Throwing now is Jackson. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Begin.
That one looks like he'll throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Lions, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew...
I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no else. Thank the Lord for my people and my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head down to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. 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 I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. Feel like Ginger from Casino. Aces up my sleeve though. Right before I leave, I said like I'm Dino. Think I'm part Italian. Blame it on Gino. Smells like the medallion. The skin on cappuccino. I don't kiss and tell. Keep your distance from myself. Fettuccine with the snails in a 5-star hotel. And I wish well when they wish for me to fail. I might donate petty bills. They can't get it by themselves.
That's why I treat my men good, but not too good. I give them too much, then they don't need me. I give them just
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And a fine as hell from my head up to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself. Yeah. I'ma get it either way. I don't even gotta say what I want when I want. They just put it on my plate. I could get it right away. Take you through my day to day. Wake and pray, make that play. Get some good at my place. There's some on the way. Cause my bro's on the way. I got stones on my gold. I got loads in my safe. Had a 7-figure summer, so I'm putting on some weight. Set up getting thick, so I put it on display.
What is wrong? I make it joke. Everybody lives. I know I'm funny, but I'm not that funny.
Yeah, I just ran a checkup on myself. Some days I just have to check up on myself. I'm so icy, got that GG on my belt. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. Lost a lot, but I came out with no L's. Thank the Lord for my people in my health. And I'm fine as hell from my head up to my nails. My man tripping cause I got another cell. He still buy me YSL. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I could get it by myself. These I could get it by myself. I'ma get it by myself, yeah.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we